Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Pai's Astrology channel. And this is Nav here today. And today I have the pleasure to interview one of my favorite, Simon, for welcome, Simon and Nadia.
Who are the other Simons? I'm one of the favorite Simons. Which other ones do you know? Simon Le Bon
Some
from Duran
other
Duran?
one of my favorite Simon astrologists.
Oh, okay. Wow. I have to think. What other Simon astrologers are there? I'm going to go out and find them, I say. By the way,
Nadia.
we've been having about a half-hour conversation before this, for everyone watching, if we sound a little familiar already. But yes, thank you for having us. It was a pleasure out of the blue. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you. And today we are going to be discussing power planet combos.
Yes.
So I'm excited. So
I'm
please
trying
take
to shut
over.
up. I'm so excited. I'm trying to shut up and let you guys talk. But power planet combos are like looking inside ripping the person's psychology apart and looking at their DNA and how a person is structured and how they're made based on the two planet or sometimes multiple planet yogas in their chart. So for example, Saturn-Venus is going to give you a pattern in relationships that's very different from Rahu-Venus or Ketu-Venus or Sun-Venus. And each one of those will dictate the way you behave in a relationship, who you're attracted to, your style of how you like to be loved and how you give love and receive love and so forth. And that's just the Venus combos and their moon combos, Mars. So I found those to be so revelatory of the deep inner landscape of a person, so that when you tell the person, say, hey, you've got this combo, and what this usually means is da 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 da, and they're like, oh my God, that's totally me, and the person feels seen. And as I was telling you just a second ago, even if you get all your predictions wrong after that, at least you validated that person. You made them feel like, my life isn't just a random thing. It's right there on a page. This person sees it. Therefore, there's some purpose, there's some plan to my life. And I think we as astrologers, we're thinking about, oh, what's the Ashtaka Varga score? What's the, whatever, the Shadbala of this? And we're all always calculating, but really the client just wants to be seen, right?
Right.
So we're going to discuss some of those. And so Nadia has been my partner in researching these power planet combos. She's excellent at them, and I hope she'll share some of her wisdom here as well.
Thank you.
And you guys tell me to shut up if I'm talking too much. I just got a new mic, so it's like a little magnet. It's going talk. So anyway, you'll have to keep me in line.
Yeah, we want to hear all the wisdom and knowledge.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I almost never plan anything for interviews. I just walk in and we just have a conversation. To me, that feels the most natural, rather than I have a 4-page list here of topics alphabetized we should discuss. So I'm going to let you pick which planetary combos you want to talk about. How's that? So you pick any two random planets, and we'll discuss what they mean, or those ones that you're really interested in.
I would actually go for Saturn-Moon and Saturn-Venus.
Ooh, the Mother Teresa combo. Interesting. Now, I'm not going to ask you why. Now, it's probably because you have it in your chart, right? But we're not revealing anything here. I don't know your chart. Nadia, what do you want to say on Saturn-Venus? Now, what I'm going to do is stop my video and share my screen, if that's okay. Oh, in fact, you have to allow me to share the screen. Is that okay? And are you recording?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's
okay.
recording. Sharing screens.
Click on my picture, and
Right.
it'll click more, and it'll allow you to allow.
Allow record, mute, ask for video, putting. Clicking, yeah, I've clicked, but.
Okay, let me see if I can share my screen. No, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. Shoot, can you click on Nadia? Well, it'll be the same.
Okay, just give me a moment. I'll look here. Just give me a moment.
Sure.
You can also click.
You know
on
what? We can go without it. We can just talk. We don't
Sure.
need the visual aid.
I can invite. Are you sure? I can try. Oh, share screen.
Let's just
Got it here. Share screen. Oh no, that would be sharing mine, isn't it?
That would be yours. Yeah. Let's just rock and roll.
I think for you, I think probably you need to share screen, no? Or can we go without it? It would be nice to have it.
We can go without it.
Okay.
If you click on participants, you see how it says participants 3. Click on that, it should open a new panel on the side.
Right.
If you hover over Simon,
right,
pull up a little menu there that says more.
Yes.
And then there should be an option of giving him permission to share a screen, or maybe
I can say make host and see if that works.
Okay.
Okay. Try now, Simon.
I see that I'm the host now. Well, yes, now I will be able to. So let me pull up the right page, and we can do it. We can also have Nadia do it. Nadia, do you want to?
Yeah, I can do it.
Can you make her the host?
No, you can do it now. Oh my God, people are so bored at this moment. You have to cut this out of the recording.
We're gonna have to cut this out of the recording. Yes. They're like, man, you guys got to get your stuff together.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make you the host, Nadia?
I think if Simon is the host, then he has to make me the host.
I'll make you the host. Yes, let me do that because my computer is a little slow and boom. Okay, we're good to go. Nadia's the host.
All right.
Can you see this, guys?
Yes, thank you. That was great.
Okay. All right. Well, so we have a beautiful course that we're sharing this as a part of. It's called Spring into Jyotisha, but we covered a bunch of topics in it. And one of the main topic was, of course, power planetary combos. And so this is Moon-Saturn. It's a really large document. It has so much. So Moon-Saturn is mainly a combination that we call, like Simon said, the Mother Teresa combo, because it makes people very devotional. It makes them oftentimes feel guilty about most things in life. Because if you have to think about the moon as, you know, the filter we look at this life through. And once Saturn is on top of it, it depresses that filter, it makes it darker. So oftentimes the people start feeling guilty about themselves. And of course that comes from some coldness that the mother kind of, you know, gave to the child when she was raising that child. Perhaps because she had bad health or difficult life or whatever it was that she couldn't cope with, but she couldn't share enough love with the child. Or the mother was very disciplinary, and perhaps in her mind she was doing it for the sake of the child, that it would be better that way. And the child is left with this feeling like you have to work really hard in this life. Saturn is a planet of hard work, discipline, commitment, healthy boundaries, ideally healthy boundaries. Sometimes they're not so healthy. So when it touches the moon, the planet that's supposed to give us comfort in life, how we're able to find comfort, security in life, how we're able to enjoy life. And then it becomes a depressing sort of combination. So on the positive side, you can be very, very virtuous, because that guilt, the healthy guilt that Saturn gives the moon, it can drive you to sacrifice a lot. You put other people's needs before yours, and that's the beautiful Mother Teresa part of you. But on the negative side, you can become cynical, because you feel like you give, and most people can't really reciprocate with the amount of effort and your sacrifice of yourself that you give, that you can become resentful. So the main devolution word I would say for this combination is resentment and cynicism. And like here you can see it says self-negating, self-neglecting, overly sacrificing. That's on the disharmonious, disintegrated part. And the harmonious makes a person responsible, virtuous, productive, sacrificing. So it can also be, if it's position, oh my gosh, I'm talking so much. Simon, where are you? Why did you turn off your camera?
Oh, I just went to the fridge to get a drink. No, I'm kidding. I'm here.
This is an interview with Simon, not me. Okay.
I'm here.
I love this combo, because I have so many people, clients, that come to me with this, and you know, I love reminding them that you don't need to be so hard on yourself.
Right.
And
But that's the hardest thing for them to do, because
yeah,
it starts early in life. As Nadia said, because Saturn's on the moon, they feel they have to work extra hard to please people, because they couldn't get that approval, I guess, early in life. And so they give it's, if you know the Enneagram, it's a different system. It's the 2 on the Enneagram. They feel like they have to give all the time. And the problem is and they do this. That's why it's the Mother Teresa combo. They work very hard to help fulfill others' needs. Other astrologers call it the school teacher combo, right? You put your needs aside because the kids need to be taken care of. You know, your needs to have an adult life, and you're here dealing with, 6 and 7-year-olds and crayons all day long. And at a certain point, the Saturn-Moon people start to become resentful of, hey, why isn't I give so much to the world? Why doesn't the world give a little bit back to me? And the lesson here is that they have to really actually take a look at themselves and to see, hey, the things that I'm giving, are people really asking for that? Are people really, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's really my own need to feel needed.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
problem. And so you become a martyr. You become
Right
someone
here.
like, well, I help everybody and no one helps me. That's right, when it's disintegrated.
Yeah.
And they start blaming and feeling resentful. That's one way the Saturn moon can go. The other way it can go is you
Become a saint.
you become a saint. You become a
And,
Mother Teresa, basically.
and you can be capable of renunciation of the pleasures of life that don't really serve you, that drag you down into the, you know, the addiction part of life, the addiction to comfort of sort. So Saturn comes in and negates that for you. It puts a boundary there. It puts a wall between you and your ability to enjoy life fully. So it can slow down digestion, and digestion of life, in particular, the experiences, right? So that's the, yeah.
So paying attention to to digestion, to keeping your digestion warm, meaning not drying out, because Saturn will dry you out. We can add that component too. But does this make sense? I mean, is this
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it's a beautiful combo. And by the way, no combination is inherently good or bad.
Right.
Every combo has a strength, and every combo has a liability. And
And
this
that's
is
why I created these two columns, exactly. Harmonious, integrated, and disharmonious integrated. So it's a beautiful point, Simon.
Right. Very beautiful. Yeah.
And this combo is also called Punarbhu.
Yes.
And there have been some books written on it. Punar means again, Bhu means to be. So, or Punarfu sometimes it's written. And it's a combo that has to do with what I call the runaway bride syndrome. If it's related to your 7th house, like it's in the 7th, or in the first aspect in the 7th, or Saturn's the 7th lord, or Moon's the 7th lord, then what it can create is, you know, either you or the partner commits to a partnership, and at the last moment, one of you bails. It's the cold feet combo.
Mm.
But that's kind of more rare, and it's more of an isolated case. It's a fear of commitment, you can say.
Right.
Yeah, this right here. But it has to be somehow configured with the seventh house. So either this Punarbhu yoga, right, Simon? It has to either be like either the moon or the Saturn
And
rules the
and
seventh
there
house.
should be other factors
Yeah.
indicating difficulty in a relationship, because I've seen this in combo in very like you said, this makes people very devoted and devotional,
Yeah.
but it can create that their partner is fickle, or you know, doesn't want to get married. It's a particular combo for, you know, especially, you know, in a woman's chart, it indicates the male partner who gets cold feet and says, no, let's not get married, let's just keep dating, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's a very small part of this combo. I mean, and Mother Teresa probably wasn't married, I'm sure, but a lot of Saturn Moon people do get married. It's just that they will always feel a little bit, you
Let
know,
down.
let down, a
Yeah.
little bit, you know, cool, or they may appear cold to cold to others, like the, you know, one one friend associate who was a supermodel at one time, who has this combo, and beautiful, warm, loving person, and yet to some people she appeared aloof. And
Mm.
it's just that, you know, the Saturn Moon person can appear aloof, or difficult to know what they're feeling.
Right.
Yeah. Cold in attitude. And I wanted to comment on the Punarbhu a little more. I think it makes people more serious about life in general, Saturn on the moon. Like everything is serious, everything is grave sometimes even. But when it's related to the seventh house, then remember, Saturn doesn't deny, it delays. It puts time and distance between you and that thing that you desire, that thing that it either rules or aspects in the chart. And so creating that space and time between you and your ability to enjoy relationships, because Saturn demands you to be serious about that thing. Be serious, be committed, be disciplined about what, you know, what are you really doing? Like, so that's why Simon was saying the runaway bride, they get cold feet because they take it very seriously. If I'm going to get committed to this, then I better commit myself fully. So
So
Right.
that's a little bit about this combo.
yeah.
And of course, like, for example, if these combos are in different houses, right? Like that, it would, of course, we would add the flavor of the house, right? Like, for example, from the first house to 12th house to 7th house, right?
You can do that. However, Hart Defoe, my teacher, when he emphasized, when he talked about reading the chart, he emphasized the hierarchy of needs. And number one in the hierarchy was Yoga Vichara. Yoga Vichara comes before Bhava Vichara,
Okay.
meaning analysis of yogas
Mm-hmm.
gives you the tenor of the life, and then the Bhava Vichara will give you some, you know, some the details. But and these are yogas we're talking about.
Right.
So what I would want to do is look at all of the other planetary combos to figure out what is the fundamental pattern. So let's say this person also has Sun Ketu, or Saturn Sun, like Saturn's one-sided aspect on the Sun, for example. Now, because that's the self-esteem combo, the lack of self-esteem. And so now Saturn Moon and Saturn Sun, we're starting to build a pattern. And none of these yogas combos work in isolation. They work within the context of all of the other yogas. And then together, they're like one color. You can't paint a painting with one color, right? With just yellow. Then you just have a yellow square of canvas. Every yoga is a different color. And when you incorporate all of them, then you get a beautiful picture of who this person is. So putting them, stacking them on top of each other builds a case then for the type of psychological predisposition the person is likely to have. Then we go to the bhavas.
Okay.
And we are even talking about it's not just the conjunction that works, but certain ones, of course, not Rahu and Ketu, because, you know, anyway.
We don't take Rahu Ketu aspect, only conjunction.
Right.
Because especially if, you know, if
for this purpose,
the planet is, yeah, with Ketu, then Rahu's aspect is nullified because, you know, anyway, but the point is that, for instance, Sun-Saturn is a perfect example of an aspect of Saturn on the Sun, where it can be just as powerful as a conjunction of Saturn and Sun, especially if the Sun finds itself in the Saturn sign at the same time. So then it's just hammered by Saturn, and there's just a very harsh kind of, because they're enemies, right? So very powerful.
Right.
Do you want to talk about this one? I don't know. I just brought it up, so because you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, so this combo is again Saturn influencing the other luminary, which has to do with how you project yourself. So a Saturn Sun and a Saturn Moon person will then be very inward focused, versus say a Rahu Sun person who, and that's another combination, who will want to. We call that the rooster combo. The person, you know how a rooster every morning, I'm the greatest, cuckoo. He's announcing to everyone. And then another rooster goes, what? No, I'm the greatest.
Or
right?
Simply, I am alive and I want everyone to know it loudly as I can.
Right? That's the Sun Rahu combo. There's a compulsive need for self-expression. So if you're in a coffee shop with a Sun Rahu person, everyone is listening to your conversation because
They can't help it.
They can't help it, and the probably the decibel levels are a little bit above what the average conversation is. Meaning, and so I went to the store today, and you know what I found? That guy at the store who was usually, you know, checking my bags, he wasn't there. He wasn't checking my bags. Can you believe it? And everyone's kind of, hello, sir. So Sun Rahu. Now, not everyone who has Sun Rahu is going to be compulsively self-expressive, but there is something about the Rahu that gives a need for the person to establish their identity. This is who I am. That's why we call it the rooster combo. Whereas Sun-Saturn is the opposite. The person does not feel that need. In fact, it's painful for them to assert themselves.
To be on camera.
To be on camera, to be, you know, to be the... Mick Jagger has Sun Rahu, right? And
in the third house, right? Doesn't he have it also?
Third house of self-expression,
yeah.
with I think a couple other things there. And you know, it comes out. The person wants to be seen. He looks like a rooster when he's on stage.
He does. Even the action that he does with the hands, like this, with the arms, right? Like kind of.
Wait! I didn't see that. Can you do that again? Can you show us? No. No, come on. We need to see that move.
Okay. No, thank you. That was enough.
Love Gigi, does this make sense, or are we just babbling here?
No, it makes perfect sense, and I love it. The presentation, it's very beautifully laid out, and it's very easy to understand. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We were very excited to share this course with everyone.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Beautifully laid out too, yeah, and put together.
Thank you.
Yes.
My architecture degree does not go to waste for once.
You know, if we were doing this live, we can ask listeners to give us their planetary combo. So we
could do another video with that, with like doing it live, and then we can ask them for sure.
That would be great. For now, they can just put it in the comments.
Right. Yes.
Put it in the comments. So maybe someone else, whoever else wants to know, what other planetary combo do you want to look at?
Well, do you want to finish Saturn Sun, since we have it here, I think?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Fill in the
Well,
blanks.
yeah, so Saturn Sun has to do with person feeling like they're suppressed by way of self-expression in this world. The way I look at it is when I talk to my clients is imagine the sun is how you are able to shine in this world. You know, it's the center of the galaxy, so it's the center of our body. You know, it's the center of the nervous system, rules the brain. It's the center of, you know, our circulation system. It's the heart. It's the center of our whole body because it rules the skeleton. So it represents our core identity physically and emotionally and otherwise. So when Saturn aspects the sun or conjuncts it, it oppresses it. So Saturn's like an iron brick that's sitting on top of your head, you know, like just squishing you down. So physically, people can have problems with their spine, like spine can either be crooked, like scoliosis or something, or there can be problems with joints. If, for instance, the Saturn is combust by the sun, then especially the joints would be affected because Saturn rules the joints and the sun the skeletons. So there is an ability to stand up straight. So the sun is the spine. And think about you when you're, I was just talking about that to a client yesterday. Imagine that you are standing, when you're standing straight and you're really confident, you're just, your head is up, your chin is up, your chest is up, you are ready to face this world to shine. But when you are suppressed like this, then your spine suffers and your whole ego just comes down and you feel like, I'm not worthy. So one of the remedies, you could say remedies, is stand up straight, work on your posture, take a dancing class, you know, like a ballroom dancing. They always make you like, you know, stick on your back, like, come on, stand up straight. So it can be very useful. And work on your core. The core is actually the center of our posture, of our good posture. If your core is strong, like notice when you're standing up straight or when you're sitting up straight, which I was clearly not doing just now, but your core is tightened, and the sun rules the solar plexus, right? So all of this is connected. And of course, the Saturn, when affecting the moon, that self-esteem sort of thing, that self-blaming comes from the mother's side, her inability to share the love for whatever reason. And when it's on the sun, it comes from the father. The father was either too disciplinary, or the father had health issues, so he was maybe too harsh, you know, because he suffered himself. And in any way, your ability to shine was thwarted when you were young. And so you just learn to kind of shut up, you know, as you grow up, and shut up in any form. And you just kind of become lower and lower as you age if you don't take care of it. So,
I think everyone just stood up straight who's watching.
yeah, even I did this, I was saying it.
Yeah.
Does these combinations, especially anything that's combined, of course, with Saturn, ease as Saturn matures, like, or are they going to feel the same effect all throughout?
I would think so. You know, especially if the person has Jupiter's support. I find that Jupiter moderates most negative combos, that even, at least in the second part of life, the person finds a way to seek counsel. Jupiter is the main planet of counsel, of grace, of support, of knowledge from the other realm that comes to you either in the form of your own download, if you say have like really prominent K2, like K2 Mercury, for instance, or K2 Moon, you can have downloads of information. Or it can come in the form of a guru, or simply finding a good school. And so just keep educating yourself. So Jupiter brings that wisdom, that viveka, that discrimination. I think that helps out a lot.
And Navji, this is where the bhavas come in, because if you have this combo in a dusthana, then the physical part will get worse as you age. The joint problems, the possible surgeries, things like that. the four malefics: Mars, Sun, Ketu, and Saturn, in any combo of two or more, particularly in the negative bhavas, indicate surgery. But aside from that, the emotional and psychological qualities, I think, mature. So if you have Sun Saturn, and as you reach age 36, you know, Saturn's maturation age, you begin to use those things. You begin to care less about, you know, what people think of you and yada yada. So definitely anything Saturn touches improves over time, except the physical, I think. You know,
Right.
I'm
I
open to
think maybe
debate on
that's
that,
the physical will actually help you overcome your emotional, because the physical will bring your ego down. It will bring you closer to the current moment. It will make you be present more and kind of put aside all the bullshit, you know, that just doesn't matter anymore. That's why we experience pain physically, I believe, is to bring the ego down into here, into presentness. And I also think that with Saturn return, it's not just like the Saturn maturation at 36, but also the first Saturn return, of course, Sati Sati, that a lot of major life events happen that are harsh. But even the second Saturn return, like, have you ever noticed the people in their like late 40s, mid 50s, they're freaking out about getting old. And all of a sudden after 60, they're like, I'm old. I love it. Life is great, you know, because Saturn's there and he helped you mature and understand that aging is actually a good thing. So I think with time, absolutely, because Saturn rules time. So.
Right.
Okay, what else are we looking at?
Saturn-Venus?
Saturn-Venus, okay. Where would that be? A little bit.
We might as well just do all Saturn combos today.
Yeah.
Then.
For some reason.
Another good one is
Saturn is stationary right now, right?
Another good one would be Jupiter Ketu.
Jupiter Ketu, very spiritual.
The mystic combo.
Yeah. Well, Venus, Saturn, Simon, do you want to start? This is a very powerful one. It has to do with self-esteem around love. So whatever Saturn touches is going to suppress for a reason, though. I believe that he's not here to torture us. I think Saturn puts time and distance between us and the object of our desire because he knows better that we're not ready. And if we're going to get it early, then we're going to squander it somehow. And so there's that harshness of not getting what you want, but it's actually for our better good. So there's a self-esteem issue around love expression with Saturn-Venus. The person didn't receive enough love when they were a child, either from the mother or father, it depends. And they just start believing that they're not worthy of love. And because of that, they start questioning every romantic experience that they attract. And they start making these lists where, you know, especially say in addition to it, Venus is in Virgo or Capricorn, the signs that are very, you know, oriented with organization and lists. So they start making these lists of conditions. Okay, I am going to allow someone to love me under these conditions, and I'm going to allow myself to love them under certain conditions. They have to check this box and this box, and because in their mind, if these conditions are not met, that they're not worthy of being loved. And so it can come in a form that they feel like the person doesn't love them enough, and they're always complaining that you don't show me enough love, you don't support me or whatever. But it all's coming from their own fear around expression of love and affection, like it's written here.
This is good for online people who date online because it allows them to look at someone's profile. Let's see, do they check the boxes?
Nice.
And Saturn does also create distance, right? So there's possibly long distance relationships or separation in between space and time. So either you're separated from the one you love because you won't meet them till you're 40, or you meet them when you're 12, but then your parents move away and you can't you know, be with them, but there's something holding your love expression back with Saturn Venus. But you know, on the good side, you see there's a harmonious and a disharmonious. It, this is this can be a very creative combo, even though the creativity is not like Jackson Pollock or someone who just throws paint on the canvas and that's more like Rahu Venus or Sun Rahu, like free self-expression. This is like architecture, sculpture,
Yep,
right?
sculpture.
You know, claymation, animation, like you're actually building something that has some function. So it's
Beauty that is structured.
the marriage of form and function is Saturn. Saturn is the form and Venus is the beauty. So Venus is the form, Saturn is the function. And so you see artists, but their work, even let's say they're a writer, their work is kind of logical, and it's not like this, you know, freely expressive kind of visionary thing. It's more structured. So again, every combo has a gift for you if you know how to access the gift. And we always tend to focus first on the liability, because that's what holds you back. Once you know what holds you back, you can be like, all right, little devil, I know you're there. Okay, I'm going to deal with you, but let's focus on the gift that this brings me. And that's often the upaya. So if you have Sun Saturn, you're very disciplined, and you're, you know, there tends to be more humility in Sun Saturn people, sometimes a resentment of government and so forth, but they tend to be hard workers. And, you know, focus on the integrated part as what you want to shoot for, and the disintegrated part is what you want to just acknowledge and be like, okay, this is where I don't want to go. It's a good little roadmap.
Yeah. This is another thing, find fulfillment in love later in life. So again, putting that distance between you and your relationships. It's going to require quite a bit of maturation from yourself for you to manifest the partner that is going to love you exactly how you want to be loved. Because first you're going to need to learn to love yourself. It's going to take time, because Saturn rules time. Venus is unconditional love. That's why it exalts in Pisces, because this kind of crazy, unconditional, unbound nature-like sign, God related, right? Divinity. And when Saturn comes in, it makes it conditional. It makes it too structured sometimes, but it can work for you too. And I'm sure there is a reason. Maybe in a past life you were taking everything for granted when it came to relationships. And now you're going to have to think long and hard about what exactly it is that makes you tick in life, and what it is that you need to do about yourself, how you need to mature to deserve a perfect partner for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautifully explained. Thank you, Nadia.
Great. So did you say you want to look at K2 Jupiter?
We can, yeah, if the time allows, we can. If you.
Well, you're the boss.
Yeah, you can.
We're here. You've invited us in your home. You can kick us out anytime. And so you just let
I
us
would
know.
never kick you guys out. That's for sure.
Well,
I love it. It's so beautiful.
We love talking about this stuff. It's so, you know, it's these little nuggets. And the great thing is, you don't have to be an advanced astrologer to
That's
identify.
the best part. That anybody can do it. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to know the signs or the progression of signs or the houses. You don't even have to know what you're looking at. All you have to know is SAVE. What does that mean? Saturn, Venus. That's
Right.
it. And you know that they're together. You can use this. How brilliant.
Yes.
And of course, the houses will affect how this plays out. Again, I just want to reiterate this.
Absolutely, of course.
Jyotisha does not, nothing works in a vacuum, but
no.
So if, like, let's say Saturn, Venus, if it's in a trikona or a kendra, then you will make the most of it. You will likely use it to your advantage.
Absolutely.
Whereas when it's in a dusthana, Now, having Venus in a Dusthana, typically, not great for relationships, especially the sixth house. Then, lump Saturn on top of it. Okay, right? Now it's getting more. So that could be more of a fixed, like a Druta kind of karma with respect to how this person feels they're worthy of love or unworthy of love. And that's something that you need to talk to them about. So the houses will condition how fixed or how negative or how positive this combination is likely to play out. And you just ask your client, you say, is this is what this combo means? Tell me how it's played out in your life, or has this played out in your life? And then you'll usually get confirmation. And in some cases, they'll say, well, no, I don't really see that issue. And then you go, okay, we need to rectify your chart. No.
Right.
Right, what all astrologers say, when something's wrong, oh, your chart's wrong.
Or you can look at the different combo that shows that there might be some blindness towards emotional, not fulfillment, but your emotions in general. Like you're really disconnected from your emotional world. So you're not really aware that this is happening. And so if you can say this to a person, they're like, no, I'm not like this.
Well, but then half an hour later, they're like, you know what? Okay, it's true.
Yes, right.
Right.
They have to open up to you because you're talking about really deep stuff. And, if I'm sitting with someone, I don't want to just tell them everything about my life. I need to know that I can trust them, that they're good at what they do, and that they have my respect. And so sometimes we have to work hard to earn the client's respect before they'll open up and share.
Right.
So Jupiter Ketu, should we do one more?
Okay, I feel like we should stick with Saturn. Jupiter Ketu is like a weird side off.
Yeah, it's a weird sideline. Let's stick with Saturn.
Let's do Saturn-Mars because that one's very interesting.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Saturn, to the next one. Yeah. Okay. So Saturn-Mars is very intense. It's intense because it's like grinding gears. Mars wants to just run. It's pure energy. It's prana. It's life itself. It wants to move through the body, through the emotions. And Saturn comes in and thwarts it. It puts a brake on the pedal. James Kelleher calls this, it's like being stuck in a rush hour traffic. You want to go fast and you're late somewhere, but you can't. You're stuck. You can't do anything about it. And so you sit there and you get more and more frustrated. And this happens over and over with every client. I say, like, you want to accomplish so much. You might have so many ideas. You want so much ambition. Mars rules ambition, right? Co-rules it with the sun. And ambition is there, but it's almost like you're putting obstacles in front of you to reach those goals that you desire to reach, to achieve. And you don't even know why it's happening. And they're like, yes, how do you know this? It's crazy. So the person can just become perpetually frustrated with themselves, that they're not moving fast enough. And what they really need to focus on is they're not supposed to move fast. Their job is to stay present in the moment and take it one step at a time, 1 mile at a time, not 60 miles per hour, 1 mile per hour for a reason. There's a reason for this, and not feel guilty about not accomplishing. Right here it says Saturn is guilt and Mars is anger. So when you combine the two together, it becomes frustration. And it's Ganger. Nice. It becomes suppressed anger that you feel guilty about, and then eventually it can erupt into something, and it can erupt on other people. But what's really happening is you feeling guilty about not accomplishing enough, because a person can be frustrated and because they want to accomplish so much but they can't really, for whatever reason. They can feel like they're paralyzed. There's this right here feeling of paralysis and feeling pressure, like I need to be somewhere, I'm late, but I can't. or there can be a paralysis of starting projects, especially if at the same time you have a planet that's at 0 or 29 degrees. Because when that happens, the person has a hard time starting or finishing a project. So they don't really know if they're coming or going. So this combination definitely doesn't help this problem.
But this is the most hardworking combo. So
along with Saturn-Moon. Yeah.
And Saturn-Moon, yes. This is the most physically, I guess, hardworking combo. I remember at the Ayurvedic Institute, a number of my Sikh friends who get up and take the shower at 4 a.m., you know, and then work all day long. They loved it. But the ones who didn't have this combo had a lot of problems with that regime, you know. So they had to adjust it for their dosha and so forth. But Mars Saturn is very, you know, a workaholic.
Right.
Can be. But it can also, they can also go through phases of laziness, as it appears, because it's like they run themselves in circles, and they can become so frustrated and paralyzed that they have to completely stop and reset their system, because Mars rules the adrenal glands and Saturn suppresses it. So it's like they can overwork their adrenals, and then their system completely shuts down and they have to recuperate for a while. So they can go through phases of really hard work and complete uselessness because they're paralyzed.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do any of these ring true for you, Nav?
In this combination?
Will do any of these combos?
Any
I mean,
company.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
So far, I have
she's like,
not.
I'm not telling you anything about my chart. You're not going to get anything out of me. And that's it.
Because I have a Saturn-Moon combination.
The giver. So do you take on a lot of, well, first of all, they want harmony at all times in the home.
Right.
Everyone has to work together. Everything has to fit together.
Right.
But to a fault, they will take on more tasks. Oh, you can't do that. No, I'll do the dishes. You go. Oh, this. Okay, no, I'll take care of the car too. Oh no, I'll do that too. And then at some point, they're like, "Holy cow, I've got 50 things to do now."
Right. Right.
But you're digging yourself. You're doing that. You have to remember, you're allowing yourself to take on, because it feels good. It gives you a little boost. You're like, hey, I'm taking care of business. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So Navji, I'm seeing that you're wearing black. I think you should avoid doing that.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Right here, we wrote adding light color into your life, lighter clothing in particular. It brings up your spirit. It brings up your emotional state. It instead of suppressing it, depressing it, absorbing everyone's energy,
Right.
you will contain your aura more intact.
Right. And I love black for some reason.
That makes sense. For some strange reason.
For some strange yes, always buying black. I mean, less now, but yes, somewhere subconsciously.
It might be good to moderate it just a little bit, just for fun.
Right.
Maybe don't throw away your black clothes. Maybe donate it on a Saturday whenever it feels right. But add a white scarf or something like a shawl or something like that.
Right.
Jewelry, maybe.
Thank you for that.
That's a must. It will make you feel better.
Look at this. You invited these guests into your house, and now they're bossing you around, telling you what to wear and what to do.
Exactly. Throw away all of your clothes right now. Give us all your clothes.
No, this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I resonate with a lot of information and a lot of points here for sure. Right.
Fair enough. So, what else? Like I said, we can talk about this all day. There are 36 combos total. And again, some of them are dependent on what houses are involved. Some of them are a little more complex, like Chandra Mangala Yoga, the Venus-Mars combos are just their own topic. You could spend an hour. What happens when Mars gives the 8th aspect to Venus? What happens when they're square? What happens when they're conjunct or opposite? Each of those gives a different flavor to how you express love, and it's pretty fascinating.
And sexuality as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can do like series if you guys want to. And
well, it's up to you. Let's see what people say, and
yeah.
you know,
we have this course also. Can we share our website that we're working on right now, right here? Is it possible?
yeah,
Is
you
it
can share it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We've been working on a new website that combines all of Simon's courses. I'm still uploading everything because it's a lot of videos.
Right.
But it's more than halfway done, and it's definitely functional, so people can start using it. And
But show the site.
Yes. So hold on, let me write it down and I'll copy and paste. It's decoding Vedic wisdom. Wisdom. There's a delay here because we're zooming. So, and it's going to be .com, but for now it's because it's not ready yet. It's podia.com. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste it.
I don't think you have enough windows open in your browser.
Sorry.
I think there's room
I'm busy.
for like 2 or 3 more.
You're not the. Your connection is not private. What does that mean?
Oh, because it's not HTTPS. No, go ahead. Just go ahead through it. We haven't added the SSL certificate yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it should be. It is HTTPS.
I'm not sure then what's happening.
Well, just paste it again.
Working?
Just paste it again and go to advanced. If it gives you this again. Just go to advanced and proceed. Click on that.
Okay. Yeah, we're still working on the. Okay, so it's brand new, you guys. No one has ever seen this before. You're the first.
So scroll down.
Yeah.
So it has all of Simon, well, not yet, but it will have all of Simon's courses here. This is the first one here, is the power planet combos. It also includes Rahu and Ketu decoded. So I took people Rahu and Ketu through the houses. It also has a chunk that covers the fixed stars, sort of like the similar series that Simon has been posting on YouTube recently. And it also includes the outer planet combos, where we invited Charlotte Benson to come and give us a talk, and then we decoded it further.
Charlotte is the president of ACFA. She's an amazing. Charlotte is a person. Get this. Ready for this? The only job she has ever had ever in her life is astrologer. From, and you know, in the US, people start, I mean, I'm everywhere. People start working early, age 10, 11, 12. That's all she's done.
Wow.
So
that's pretty unique. She's made for it. Yeah.
Her talk on the outer planets was mind blowing. And then
yes,
we spent 3 classes unpacking it, giving examples like what happens when Uranus is conjunct Venus or the moon or your Lagna. What happens when Pluto is conjunct any of the other grahas. We went through every possible combination. All of that is in the one class, not just the outer planets is by themselves. If you just want to do the outer planets, if you want the power planet combos, I sound like a sales guy. If you want the outer planet combos, but truly it's got everything jam packed. And if you
it does, that's why the price is up, because it was many weeks of classes and months, and if not years, of production and guest speakers and everything. So, and the beautiful part about it is you can use it even if you're not a full astrologer. That's the most beautiful part. Like, look at all these classes here. Look at it, it just keeps going.
Wow.
handouts, I mean, and everything. Anyway, so this is the site I'm very excited about it because I've been personally working on it, and I can't wait for people to get Simon's wisdom because he's so magical and special, and there's no one like him. And he's well, I know I'm biased, but honestly, there's no one like you. And from the perspective of Dharma and Sanskrit, his Sanskrit is perfect. No one is speaking like him. So anyway, so this is it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Nav, any other thoughts, questions? What does your audience typically, what are they interested in? The folks who watch the channel, whom you host. I know you've had a lot of eminent astrologers on. What do you find people, reaching out to you and saying, hey, we want more of this, X, Y, Z?
I mean, my whole approach, of course, is astrology. Like, I'm into like holistic and psychology of it, right? So, of course, I feel that, I just started doing interviews just a few months now, maybe 3-4 months. And I do feel that everybody's liking the work that I'm bringing on, and which is more on, like we did today, psychology and deeper, really connecting, like you said, connecting deeply with people and really finding how they can actually embody these into their daily lives, and bring healing, I would say.
Yeah, and that's truly Saturn-Moon speaking through you right now. Bring healing. Yeah.
So just more deeply connecting and really understanding the perspective, right? So
very cool.
yeah.
Well, we're delighted that you
Thank you.
chose to
Thank you
host
for
us.
letting me speak. This is my first interview ever.
Oh my God, that's awesome. You did just
literally. So thank you. This was not planned. Simon just told me about this 15 minutes before we met. So
wow, beautiful work, and all the presentation, the way you laid out everything, so nice. It's so nice and so easy to understand. You know what I mean? You're reading through and you're like, yes, with all the points. Beautiful work, Nadia.
Thank you, Navji. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you for your time, and thank you for coming and presenting.
Simon, turn on your camera for a second.
Yes,
thank you.
No, my pleasure. Thank you. Could you see us during the interview? Could you see Nadia? And
I could see Nadia, but you had your screen off, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, I look forward. I mean, we're just gonna see the response, and I will look forward to doing other, videos with you and Nadia, and bringing.
Make sure you smash the like button and add your questions, right?
Smash the like everyone on YouTube.
We watch a lot of YouTube. We don't have TV, so we have YouTube. And everybody, that's like a thing. Make sure you smash the like button.
Oh yeah, smash the like button.
Right? It's a thing.
Why do you have to smash it?
I never say that. I never actually say that. I'm like, I think they really enjoy the videos, and I hope they really love. I'm sure everybody's gonna love it. Because I just recently did a video on buckflower remedies, because I had done an interview with Ernst Williams, and he's done astrology and buckflower remedies. Mm-hmm. And I take them myself, because from last 5 to 6 years without knowing their connection with astrology. So I've been taking them. I have taken a course with him, and I have seen, like with Saturn, like Saturn remedies and Moon, and they are just flower essences, and it works so wonderfully because it's working on the subtle energetic level.
I love it. Beautiful. Yeah. God, see, there's so much to explore in Jyotisha. Just when you think, Newton thought he invented calculus, he figured out gravity, all that stuff. Right. And people are like, all right, we pretty much know everything there is to know about astrophysics. And then boom, Einstein comes along. Boom, Niels Bohr and all these people, and they go, wow, okay, there's so much more.
There is so much more, yeah.
It never ends.
Learning, yes.
That's the best part. That's why Jyotisha is the 8th house, because it's endless. It has no ending. It just keeps going deeper and deeper and darker, and eventually brings you out into the light.
Right. Well said. Yeah.
Hari Om.
Thank you, Nadia, and thank you, Simon. Thank you. Thank you to all the viewers for watching. And if you guys have any questions, please, write a comment below and we'll be answering it. And thank you.
Fair enough. Namaste. Thank you.
Hari Om.
For having us over. All right.
Oh, I think we have to, whoever the host is has to.
Oh, yes.
Nadia,
I think I am.
wouldn't it be funny if Nadia just left her camera on and just went about doing her business at the house? And like the video is 2.5 hours long.
My life is not that exciting, so. Okay. Stop recording.
Bye.